What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into you guys. It's the 24th day of June, and here we are with about 7 hours, 46 minutes left in the day, sitting at about 1.44 cents. We had a nice reaction yesterday. We had a move that was 12.9%, almost 13% to the upside. Overall, we actually did move up more than that. From a relative low to a high, 20% move. That's nice to see, right? In a very short amount of time there. OnyxCoin can definitely move faster than that. I mean, we've seen days where obviously here you moved up 36%. Days before we moved up 43%. 3 day period where you moved up almost 200%. I think it was a little bit more than that, right? From a low to a high. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. 237%, yeah. We can actually keep this low to high here. You found support at the golden ratio, tipped it. Beautiful, like a very, very beautiful reaction, guys. You do have higher highs in the RSI with lower highs in the price, but hold up now. Compared to this high here, higher highs right here, and you have higher highs in the price, you don't have hidden bearish divergence anymore. If you come down, by the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if for some reason the market does retrace, we see a little bit more volatility, which who was expecting volatility? It's just been a very crazy, hectic up and down the past couple of 2 weeks here. Not couple of 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks. It's possible we could go lower. We're not out of the woods yet, guys. We absolutely could go back to the golden ratio. And if we go to 1.23 to 1.12 cents, everything's fine. It's nothing to concern about. Okay, nothing to be concerned about. We were anticipating lower prices, but man, the reality is we had a bullish engulfing candle yesterday. I know some people want to say it's bullish engulfing if you have to wick below and then come up. That's a true bullish engulfing candle, and maybe that is. But I don't know, man. One candle that engulfs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of closing price action, right? Not the open, but the closing price. 6 days of it in one day. I think that's a bullish engulfing candle, man. Let's not argue over semantics. That's a very bullish candle to see right there, and it's very clear that the bigger moves are being had to the upside. It's very clear that when we get volume with OnyxCoin, let's just pull it up here. Hold on, XCN. Oof. When we get volume with OnyxCoin, it's to the upside. When we have a lack of volume, when we're seeing 4% or less volume, it's to the downside. When we're at our lows, we're at 4% or less volume. Nobody's wanting to sell. People are staking. People are buying, and they're staking up their OnyxCoin. They're not selling it. 8.6% is still low, but that's double what we see on our low days, on our moves down. Highlander must be upset, man. I get it, bro. I get it. I wish I bought more too yesterday. I get it, man. But yeah, he got psyched out. If you guys don't remember what happened 19 hours ago, shout out to Highlander for making a bad choice. We had this little move down, right? That's what 19 hours ago was right there. Let's actually even see. Let's go back here, and if it's off by an hour, that it still applies, right? Oh, was it not there then? That's 24. I swear it was there. 19. No way. He wouldn't. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with this. Let me refresh it. Because yesterday it was like an hour after or an hour before that happened, and so I'm assuming it was right there at that low. Because why would you make a post that says abandoned ship? It says 19. I don't think it was 19 hours ago. I don't want to click it because I don't care. Wait, let's see. 252. I don't want to do the time on this, but I swear to you guys, I mean, we did it yesterday. We literally compared it yesterday, and it wasn't here. I mean, 19 hours ago we did drop. I guess we did drop right here. In all fairness, but I'm fairly positive that it was back here on this drop, something like that. But whatever. Tomato, tomato, whatever, man. The point is, it kept going. It kept going higher. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but the main point that I was trying to make is that even here, 8%, first off, that's desirable volume. That's not bad. It's very desirable volume. But even that's low for OnyxCoin. When we go down, when we make our moves down, when we're seeing prices at these low points, the volume we've seen is 4% at the highest, 2% at the lowest, which is crazy. I've never seen that, but lately that's what it's been at these low points. Nobody's wanting to sell. But the only time that we get volume like this that's at 8% or more in market cap value ratio, it's on the moves up. That tells me everything I need to know, man. There's more pressure coming into the upside than there is to the downside. Absolutely there is. You look at the 1 hour time frame here. The 1 hour RSI is very bullish, my friends. Very, very bullish indeed. You've got a low here, a higher low, and potentially getting set up for another higher low here. This would be the area that we're looking to find support. If we break down, again, that's okay. If we break down from here, that doesn't mean that we're going down to 1.23 cents or lower. That doesn't mean that. But if we break down, maybe we'll just see a standard retracement of this. I don't think we will, and I'll go over that in a second. But low to high, maybe we go down to the 1.38 cent area, right below this low here. Maybe we go to the golden ratio at 1.3 cents, 1.32 cents. It's really not that big of a deal. We cool off a little bit more in the RSI, and we live to fight another day. But if you look at this pattern for what it is, and also where the RSI is, it looks like we're right at the area where we'd expect to bounce, actually, not go lower. 41 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. We moved down without any volume at all. I can only imagine this 1 hour is going to get eaten back to the upside. It's probably a really good time to buy, actually. If you're watching this video right now, it's probably a very good time to buy some OnyxCoin, if you're wondering. We've got a ascending triangle. Higher lows, flat top. It's an ascending triangle. This is a bullish pattern. Volume's dying off. You want the volume to die off, because once the volume dies off, that means you're about to break out of this pattern. Up or down, whichever way, volume will start to come in to validate that breakout, and we will continue. Likely, we will continue to the upside. That's my expectation. And if we continue to the upside, let's piece all this together, right? If we continue to the upside, if this hour closes green, we're going to bounce off of this trend line, which would be awesome. We're going to get into the overbought zone, which will be awesome. And if we get into the overbought zone, we're probably going to see a deeper reading in the overbought zone, which promotes more growth, stronger movement than we saw yesterday. And 12%, 13% was nice, but that's not, for OnyxCoin, that's small potatoes, right? Small potatoes. You look at the 4 hour time frame, I feel like it's even more obvious that this is a bullish configuration in the price right here. But if we're looking at this on the 4 hour RSI, very volatile, but we're doing something different, aren't we? We're doing something different. We bounced here, we bounced there, we bounced here, we bounced there, we bounced here, and we're consolidating. We're not bouncing. We didn't reject down. Something different. Different behavior begets different results. And if we get into the overbought zone on the 4 hour, we're getting a deeper drive into the overbought zone on the 1 hour. If we're doing those things, my only assumption would be that we're going to see a stronger move, you guys. We'll probably get a stronger reading than we did back here. We're going to get a stronger move than anything we've seen for about half a month now, and maybe even more than that. Like, honestly, yeah, even more than that. We're going to see a stronger move than anything we've seen since about a month and a half ago, back in May 15th there. We're going to get a move like that, 20% in a day. Today, we got 7 hours, 40 minutes left. I wouldn't be surprised if we closed up 20% today, 30, 40% today. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Maybe it's only 5%. Maybe it's 10%. Maybe we close right here, whatever. I'm not calling for that. Semantics. But I do think we will continue to rally into the end of the month. And then, of course, looking at the daily RSI, what we have done, which is very bullish in my opinion, is I think that we've broken out of this downtrend. However you want to draw it, right? If you want to draw it all the way up here with these lines, okay, I guess we're finding resistance there right now. I mean, to be fair, actually, I guess we haven't broken out of the downtrend. Okay. We haven't broken out of it yet. But I don't think we're going to find resistance here. I think that we are going to break out. Imagine we go up, like I was saying, on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. We will be breaking this. So in combination with getting deeper readings in the RSI and the shorter term time frames, we're probably going to get deeper readings in the daily time frame as well. Not probably, definitely we would if that happened with the shorter terms. And then with that, we'd be breaking out of this downtrend. No matter how you cut it, there's no arguing there. We're breaking out of this downtrend. Breaking out of a downtrend in the RSI doesn't mean that you found your low, but I think in this case it does. I think that yes, we actually have found the low. It doesn't mean that you haven't found the low, right? I'm just saying sometimes you break the downtrend and you haven't found your low. You keep moving down a little bit. You're just very near your low. Sometimes you break out of your downtrend and you're about to rip. And I think we're about to rip is what's going to happen, okay? We found immaculate support. Literally perfect support right there at the golden ratio. 1.438 cents now. My expectation would be at the very least from here, at the very least by the end of the month, okay? Which is about 6 days, 7 hours, 37 minutes from now. At the very least, we'll be up another 40%, which to be fair, that's pretty slow movement for OnyxCoin. We might be up 90% or somewhere in between here, right? Somewhere in this upper area by the end of the month, that might happen. Or if OnyxCoin gets underway, it does what it likes to do best, which is just pump right through the freaking roof. If it does that, there's a solid chance that we're above 3 cents, above 4 cents, and yes, even as high as 5 cents by the end of the month. And I would love it. I would absolutely love it if we were above 5 cents by the end of the month. Not for my pride, but for the downfall of the pride of the naysayers, man, who are like, oh, what happened to 5 cents by the end of the month? Who think they know what they're talking about? Because wouldn't that just be perfect irony, perfect serendipitous universe karma coming back to bite them in the butt, right? If we just ripped to 5 cents. You think that just because there's a week left that you have no chance to go to 5 cents. But the thing is, guys, right? We've been at this price before, and I made the same point yesterday. We were at this same price here, and 1, 2, 3 days later, we were all the way up at 4.9 cents. And again, 3 days later from now, we still have 3 more days after that in the month. So can we make a move that takes us above 5 cents by the end of the month? We could make a move that takes us above 6 cents by the end of the month. We could make a move that goes up to 8 cents by the end of the month, you guys. We've been very bullishly configured for a very long time. My theory of how this looks, psychologically speaking, is that here's OnyxCoin, this coin that nobody talked about, that nobody's aware of, right? At all. It dropped down. Maybe some people were aware of it back here, but they wrote it off because of that massive sell-off, which is in a bear market. Every coin dumps, man. Whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. People now are witnessing this because you have to. No matter what you're looking at, you're seeing the top mover week after week. It's OnyxCoin. It's the same thing. People are aware of it, but they might be jealous. They might not want to talk about it because they're not being paid to talk about it. They're not a part of it. Why would they talk about a coin that they're not a part of, right? They feel like they missed out. They might even have non-buyer's remorse, right? And that can really hurt the ego. There's a lot of ego in this crypto YouTube space, you guys. We dropped down. Aha. Okay. Now anybody who wants to buy had an opportunity to buy. There's this massive coin that did these massive bullish things. Any of the naysayers, any of the doubters, you had a 84% drop. You had an opportunity to buy at prime areas. And if you didn't take it on, maybe you looked at it, maybe you're looking at it in relief, like, good. Like people who didn't buy OnyxCoin here, and then it's up here. Oh, I'm so stupid. Whenever OnyxCoin goes back here, glad I didn't buy that shit. You know that meme, right? I'm not buying that, right? But now it had this move. I'm painting a story here, right? I'm painting a picture, right? We're telling a timeline of psychology, I think. What I'm presuming is the psychology of most people who are watching OnyxCoin. This validates it, right? This makes people feel like, glad I didn't buy that shit, or they took it upon themselves to buy. One way or another, whether you doubted it still at the low or you took it upon yourself to capitalize, you DCA'd on your way down like we all did. And I mean, obviously, I bought way back here, right? That was my first interaction with OnyxCoin, was back there. And I did not DCA through here. I wish I did. I wish I bought more, of course. But you never know what's going to rip off, right? Then that's why you kind of diversify a lot in the beginning of the market. So you kind of condense as things start to take shape. Here, this is a validating move. And now that you've got this opportunity, this is going to be, there's still going to be people who are like, glad I didn't buy this. You know what I mean? Just like there were down here. But there's going to be more people now who see this as an opportunity to get in on something that will, in fact, take it to new highs, right? Again, and my other theory here is that the reason why, and XCN has so much going for it, man. It has so much more going for it. Like, if there's any YouTubers out there that are telling you there's nothing going for this coin, it has nothing going for it, what they mean by that is they haven't been paid to promote it. It's not a coin that is paying people to promote it. It's a DAO, right? They're not paying. They're not allocating coins. And maybe there are some people that are being paid. I don't know of that, right? I make videos twice a day. Why aren't you paying me? Damn it! I mean, why would you pay me? I make them twice a day for free, anyways. But I'm just saying, it's not one of those coins that you're getting paid to talk about, right? And I feel like that's not the same thing as it doesn't have anything going for it. It has so much going for it. There's development being had all the time. It's one of the most, I think, advanced coins in the space right now. And when we look back at this thing, man, next cycle, we're going to compare it to the likes of Solana. Maybe not as far as tech goes, but as far as growth goes, right? Like Solana might have been comparable to Dogecoin or something like that. Like it's going to be one of those top coins. It is one of those top coins of the cycle, and it already is. It already is. It's by far one of the top coins of the cycle already. And I think now this pullback, what we've had here, has been an opportunity for people who have seen this over a lot of time to capitalize, to get involved, to make their own stance in this thing. And if you take a stance in it now, the area that we're going to, you guys, it's all the way up, man. We're going up to 26 cents, 32 cents. I'll make quick sense out of this, and then we'll end this video, okay? 26 to 32 cents. Why do we think it's going there? Well, we look at XCN to BTC, and this is not a guarantee, but I feel like it's logical. I feel like it's pretty logical, right? It's less logical really to call for any other prices unless you're comparing it here. If we're comparing, so this is XCN to BTC. If we go to the price here and we move up and we stop at this high, okay, then maybe there's an argument to be made that XCN only goes to like 11 to 15 cents. Okay, 11 to 15 cents. If we go to 11 to 15 cents at the low end, Well, first off, 11 cents would be just above the 1414. That could make sense. That's still an 8x, which will like double the performance, triple the performance of the average altcoin over the coming month. 15 cent, that's still a 10x, almost an 11x. That's going to annihilate the performance of the average altcoin by the end of the month, right? But I don't think that we'll stop there, right? And here's my reasoning for it. The reason why I don't think that we'll stop here. We consolidated all this time in this massive maybe this whole thing is a bull flag. I don't know, right? I thought this was the bull flag and we've broken out, but we just haven't been performing as intended, so whatever. But I would think that we don't stop right here. I would think that we continue pushing through. I mean, there's reasons to stop there, right? Prior resistance here. If we look at this high to low right here, and this is again versus Bitcoin, it's right above the 1272. If anything, it would actually make more sense to go not here, but either to stop at the 1272, which again doesn't make sense to me. Why would we stop at the minimum target after consolidating this long after such a bullish move? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. But okay, maybe we do that. And again, we can make sense out of 11 to 15 cents if we input these numbers, but I'm not going to do that because I want to try to make this quick. If you stop here, really it'd make more sense to go to the 1414, and you'd probably stop just above the 1414. But that doesn't make sense. Why would you stop out of this whole area that you moved down? Why would you stop in the middle of nowhere? There's no significance here in price. The next significance is all the way up here. Right, this is your last bit of significance. So whenever you break above this, effectively what you're saying is there's no breaks. We're not stopping until we go up here. Because again, this move, we look at this move down overall, the only place that we stopped for like a month was right here. Everything else, we had like 1 week where we wicked, but it was just a straight move down. But the one place that we stopped, coincidentally, is the one place we showed significance, right? That high took us right to the base of this range right there. Coincidence or not? And it's not a coincidence. If you do technical analysis, you know this isn't a coincidence. It's meant to be, because why the hell would you stop anywhere else, right? You stopped here right at the base of this area. You stopped here though. The real stop happened at the real area of consolidation, where throughout this whole range, that's the only place you had significance. So you find significance there on the way up. I think when you break out, you're not going to stop at the top of this range, man. You're going to the next area. And it just so happens to be that if we take this, and I love it whenever coincidences are a thing. Maybe it's not a coincidence at all. But you take that low of that range right there, and we pretend in our heads that this is a bull flag, right? From a low to a high. We got our flagpole measure move. You see how I did that there? And you put it at the base of the flag. Wouldn't it just be absolutely hilarious, the fact that that takes us right there to that same area? The measure move takes us right to the same area. Now, measure moves are just ideas. They're not requirements. It's not a tablet written in stone that I found in a desert. It's not a prophecy. But it's just an idea. But this idea says we're probably going to go somewhere around here. And does that make more sense than stopping anywhere below? Yes, because there's no significance here at all, right? This doesn't count. This is like crazy mayhem first. Like if you treat this as if it's significant, you're going to get left behind. That's going to throw off your analysis every single time, man, with any coin, any stock, whatever. I have a hard time seeing a stop there, but if we do stop there again, what we're going to get is like an 11 to 15 cent price for OnyxCoin, which is still outperforming the average coin by far, right? Still making serious moves in OnyxCoin. It'd be lesser than we expect. It'd be a little disappointing for what we've been expecting over the months, but whatever. I don't think anybody's going to be upset with that. If we do this, if we do move up here, where's Bitcoin going to go, guys? Where's Bitcoin going to go? We do the price. XCN BTC. Let's just do this real quick. Let's entertain the thought. What I said we weren't going to do this because I want to make it quick, but we're already making it slow, so screw it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 8, 1, 8, 9. Let's say we stop right there, which again doesn't make sense to me. But let's say we stop at the 1272, right? Because that would actually make more sense to me than stopping here would even. So let's say we stop at the 1272. That's at about 6 zeros, 7, 2, 5, 3, 4. So 6 zeros. Oh my goodness, what was it? 72534? Yeah, 72534. 72534. Multiply that by the current price of Bitcoin, which I can assure you, if XCN to BTC makes a move that takes it right up here to these new relative highs here, BTC is not going to be at the same price. So we know, at your most pessimistic outcome, we know that XCN will be above this price. Okay, so it'll at least go above 7.6 cents. Right now it's at 1.4 cents. Is this making sense? Right now, OnyxCoin versus US dollars is worth 1.4 cents. We just made sense that you would at least go above 7.6 cents. So that's a 5x move right there. Above a 5x move that we would at least anticipate. Because why? XCN to BTC grows to these levels at a bare minimum, at the most pessimistic, not even realistic pessimism outcome that we could comprise here. And we're getting a target that lines up actually with something that's below the 1272. So of course you wouldn't stop there. In essence, we're saying that the minimum target really is a 5.6x. That's already outperform. The most pessimistic we could be. You consolidated all this time to stop at your minimum target, one of the most bullish coin of the cycle. You're going to stop at your, people think it's SWI. You're going to stop here. No. That's probably not going to happen. But even if it does, 5.6x, that's outperforming the average altcoin already. So on the absurdly pessimistic low end of things, you're outperforming the average coin. Okay, cool, right? Cool. And again, Bitcoin's probably not going to be at this price. I think Bitcoin's going to be probably around 170, 180K. Let's say I'm wrong. And let's say OnyxCoin tops off at a different time. I really do think that we're going to go up to this 2272 here. I think that, if we take this high to low on the overall cycle high from last cycle, high, come on now, Bitcoin, there we go, to the low. Lower right there. Come on, man. We're so close. There we go. We're consolidating. Look, this 2272 right here is right around the golden ratio. Bitcoin loves to wick above its golden ratio. It really does. We've been consolidating right here at the 1272. We're not going to stop at the 1414. So where are we going to go? We're going to the 1618. We're going all the way up here to 173K. Let's say OnyxCoin tops off before Bitcoin does, though. Okay, we're probably going to 180K again. It likes to wick above there. So let's multiply this price then. Or no. Sorry, not that price. This price versus Bitcoin, right? Because that's the low end. We're taking the pessimistic low end, the lowest possible target we could see if we see new highs, and we will see new highs, the 1272, which is 6072534. That's what that target is. We take that, we multiply it by a potential, let's say $160,000 Bitcoin. They don't top off at the same time, but we made sense out of Bitcoin going at least to 173K. So here we are taking it 13K lower. That's an 11.6 cent target. Which again, that, in my opinion, if you're being pessimistic, this target isn't even realistic, but this is the most realistic pessimistic target we could have, and that is still an 8x from here. Okay, the true minimum target, is 8x, but that's pessimistic, right? We have our optimistic targets, and the optimistic targets aren't even 26 to 32 cents. They're 53 cents, right? But I don't talk about those. Just like I don't talk about the pessimistic targets. I talk about the realistic targets, okay? 15 cents is a little bit more realistic, but even then, still probably not. Right? We get to 15 cents. Let's say XCN to BTC gets up to this high, right? Which is at 608189. 8189. We multiply it again by 160K. It's a 13 cent price. We multiply this by, let's say they do top off at the same time. Maybe Bitcoin's at 180K. That gives you basically a 15 cent price, which is very close to this 1618. So we can make sense out of targets right there. But again, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that we would stop here. I think that we run all the way up where our bull flag measure move is, where the 1886200 is, all the way up here. Let's input these numbers. That's 501872. I should have this memorized. 1872. You multiply that by the perceived outcome. Let's even go more bearish. Let's say Bitcoin's only at 140K. At 140K. Gives us a 26 cent price. 26 cents. If XCN tops off here versus Bitcoin, here where it makes the most absolute sense, let alone if it goes higher, but it makes the absolute most sense that it would stop there. XCN USD is stopping at the 1886200, which a lot of cryptos are actually geared. If you take your fibs, you can see there's a lot of targets at the 1886200 level for various cryptos across the board. A lot of them found support recently at their 1886200 extension to the downside, or it found resistance throughout the cycle. Like, it's actually been something that over the past few months we've been showing significance on. I very much do believe that we're going to see that. Well, what if we take this same number and now we multiply it, instead of 140, we do 180, just on the high end. And I doubt that we stop at 180 or that we're topping off at the same time. But that's a 34 cent price. 34 cent price right above the 200 level here. I think not 26, I think not 34, but something in between there. Something around 26 to 32 cents is where we're going to go. Absolutely. I could see a 26 cent price more than I could a 34% price. But if we wanted to get super bullish, what if XCN goes higher than this versus Bitcoin? What if Bitcoin goes higher than that in price? You know what I mean? Like, you guys, we might not be bullish enough calling for 26 to 32 cents. And yes, that'll be a multi-billion-dollar market cap for XCN, but it deserves it, damn it. It'll get there. Absolutely it will. It's going to happen by the end of July, if not sometime in August. We're at 1.44 cents now. I got nothing else for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And buy now or get left behind, really. That's what it is. Don't you freaking dare be one of these people who is thinking about it, pussyfooting around. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I've heard some people say that XCN is a scam or that it has nothing going for it, and you haven't done your own research. Because if you do your own research, you can see that those people clearly don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, who am I? I've just done my own research, and who's the community behind this thing, right? We've just all done our own research. We're very aware of what's going on in this project. It's not hard. Go to x.com, type in OnyxDAO. Look at all the damn things they're doing. Go to the Onyx app, guys. There's so much going on. Wait, sorry. Where is it? I don't. Man, I've been looking at other things. Let's see. I'm sorry, OnyxDAO. I feel like I'm cheating on you there. Just go through and look. Onyx.org. Read about it, guys. There's so much going on. I don't want to talk about it now. We've already talked so much. I've already done the fundamental videos. I don't need to do it now. Don't you dare be one of those people who doesn't take it upon yourself to buy here, and then all of a sudden you nut up at 20 cents, at 10 cents. Don't you dare do that. Please. You're probably going to hurt yourself more if you do that. So just either do it now or look away. And if you don't buy here, and XCN does exactly what we're expecting it to do for the last like 6 months now, we've been calling for this. If that happens, when it happens, all you got to do at that point, if you're not on board this boat, this party barge, you just got to look up and you got to be like, good job. I wish I bought. You guys are doing good. You're way up there. I can see that. I didn't buy. Good job. That's what I do whenever there's a coin that takes off without me. I don't panic and FOMO in at the top. I just say, you know what? Good job. Good job, ZBCN. Good job, ZBCN people. Good job, whoever is whatever coin's pumping right now. I don't FOMO, and you shouldn't FOMO either. If you're not buying here, you don't have the balls to do it here, please don't have the balls to do it here. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.